Hi guys, this is Jake at Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we've got a relatively new, quite new Ganzo to share with you. This is the Ganzo G753 and I've had this knife for over a week. I've been looking at it, EDCing it constantly because I want to get ready to have this review out as quick as I could reasonably do it without, just doing a first impressions. I did that when I did the unboxing of it, and I want to give a fair review. And so I've carried this knife a lot in the last week, all of the time, and I've played with it and pushed it through its paces. And this morning, when the mail came, this came in the mail. The Ganzo 753. The last 3 stands for the coating on the blade, and the 1 on the end of this number stands for the satin blade. And so we've got carbon fiber on both of these knives, and the G753 1 and 3 are a really good looking pair together, aren't they? Check that out. Really nice knives. In my estimation, you already know that I really like these just by what you've heard so far. So stick around. We're going to get the camera set up in the tabletop mode and we'll take a good look. Closes right up. Isn't that smooth? And that's just from using it. Nice and smooth. Hopefully, well, I'm very confident that these guys will come out the same way. So let's do some of the actual sizes here. So the cutting edge is 9 centimeters long. That makes the cutting edge in inches 3.5. The entire length of the whole knife comes off at 8.25 inches, and in metric that is 21 centimeters. The handle comes in at 12 centimeters, very close to 12 centimeters, and in inches that is 4 5/8 plus a smidgen. And the depth of the handle this way is right around 1 inch most of the way across. Gets a little thinner right here and back closer to 1 inch right at the back. And 1 inch is just over 2 centimeters. So you've got like 2.3. Well, at the narrowest spot, we've got 2.2 centimeters. And that's probably 2.4, something like that back there. So it's a nice full-size flipper. Not a flipper, full-size folding knife. I wear a large size glove, and there's still room for a larger hand in here. And a smaller hand fits very well on this knife as well. Medium is very good. Even I had somebody with a small size hand grab it, and they thought this was quite comfortable. Any grip you want to grip this knife with is quite comfortable. I like it quite a bit. You've got tip up, right and left, and you've got a little more than 1/4 inch sticking up out of the knife. You can see right there how much of the knife will be sticking out. Not quite half, a little more than 1/4, depending on your pants. If you've got really thick pants, like if you've got those lined pants in the wintertime, fleece lined jeans or something because you're working outside. A lot of guys do who like knives, work outside, I mean. This knife has 1 bronze washer and 1 white nylon type washer. And the new one that arrived today has exactly the same treatment. The side that has the pocket clip has got a bronze washer, and the other side has a white nylon washer. The lanyard hole is this nice big wide hole. You can put just about anything through there, even a 1/2 inch wide strap of some sort if you want to. Before I get on to talking too much about the coated blade, let's go over the rest of the specs. What we have is a long drop point with a swedge and a knife that is rounded like pretty much completely. It's got belly all the way along, and this saber grind, this flat grind that comes most of the way up. It's not quite a full flat grind, but it comes up a long ways, makes this a very good slicer. It comes very, very sharp. Yeah, this one's just as sharp from the factory. with my fingertip kind of test. It's kind of not a major test, but it feels like it's just as sharp from the factory as the SATIN blade was. And it feels really, really good. I've used this one for, I think it's about 7 days now. And usually I can get it to close up just fine when I flick it. So it's working in really good with that access lock. And the access lock is rock solid. I'll do a little bit of the spine whack test, so you might want to turn your volume down if you've got it up pretty loud. So I'll hold the knife like this, so I'm not going to worry about hurting myself. And take a good listen at this. Rock solid. Rock solid. It doesn't give or move at all. I've dented up the wood here pretty good. They've perfected their implementation of the access lock, and I'm really happy that Ganzo has done that. They've done a really good job with it. It holds a little better than some of the early iterations of the access lock, meaning sort of the detent kind of hold. I can still make the blade come out if I whack it really hard. Like come to an abrupt stop with my hand, I can sometimes get it to come out. I'm hoping they improve that so that the knife will stay in the blade until you choose to deploy it. That's so both of these knives come with carbon fiber. It's a layer of carbon fiber over the G10, and you can get it in G10 in orange, green, and black. It comes with this, I believe it's anodized hardware, thumb stud. The rest of the steel hardware here is the same way. I think it would have been cool if they would have found a way to anodize just the ends of the access lock without, or even if it's the whole thing, if that would still give a nice action on that, on the access lock. If they would have anodized this, that'd be really, really cool. And then the liners as well. Whew, all of those touches. Of course, it's going to make it cost a little bit more. But right now, this knife is right around $20 US. You can find it just about anywhere. So the blade's really nice. It cuts really good. I really like the shape. It's very stabby. I don't really like to carry it in public because of how stabby it looks. People get pretty concerned if you pull out a knife that looks too stabby. The clip is their common clip that they've had for quite a while, and it's proven itself. The clip works very well, and I really like that it's got 3 screws to hold it in place. It gives it a lot of extra strength. The back spacer is also made out of G10, and I've talked about that already. I like this back spacer. It makes it pretty easy to clean out. The liners have they're skeletonized, so there's a good angle right there. You can see the size of that cutout. There are 3 cutouts on each side, so 3 circles, a little bit smaller than a dime on each side to help it lose weight. And let's see how much they do weigh. So let's turn this on, let it zero out. 126 grams, which is 4.4 ounces. The coated version is 4.4 ounces as well. So it's the same weight. The coating doesn't add very much at all, just a tiny smidge in there. I do like how the coated version is not just a coated blade, but they've coated the liners as well. They've coated the thumb stud, the pocket clip, and just like I wish they would have anodized the access lock on this knife, I would have liked if they would have either coated or anodized the access lock on the coated blade. I've not used this one to cut yet. I just got this in the mail half an hour ago. I was going to do the review just on the SATIN blade, but since it's the exact same number, model number except for the fourth digit. The coating's the only difference. I figured I'd leave it and just do this one review of the G753. How does she cut? I think she cuts just fine. Let's try some, this is cardboard style paper, which like grocery boxes and stuff. No problem at all. Really nice, clean cuts. Try something a little heavier. Move that out of the way. Let's try some cardboard. Whoops. It's just user error. Cutting underneath this apparatus is challenging. It cuts very cleanly. The cardboard gets a very nice edge when you cut through it. This knife is very sharp. Here's some strapping that I use to test with, and it slides through there easier than I think any other knife that I've tested. The factory edge on here is better than any knife that I've tested since I started this channel. Oops, poked myself there. Be careful, Jake. Slow down. Cuts really, really well with that kind of stuff. Let's try some thick electric cable. This is from an Xbox controller. Cuts through that, no problem. And what we've got there is we've got a few wires in there. We've got all kinds of shielding that you can see in there. This is a heavy cable, and it cuts through that stuff, no problem. So we know that the cutting edge is really good. How does it feel in the hand? I really like it. There's no hot spots at all. I only wish that this nice gentle jimping style, that they would have continued it onto the top of this, the spine of this blade, just a little ways. It's not that my thumb slips off of it, but I would like just a little bit more purchase, make that edge, the spine there, just a little bit grippier would be a positive change on this blade. Although there's not real, that's not a negative. I'm not saying that's bad the way it is. I'm just saying it could be even better. I like the huge choil that they've made for sharpening here, the way they've ended the blade. So when you sharpen the knife, you can sharpen right to the very end, and you don't, nice flat area here makes it easy to grab on if you've got a sharpening system that clamps onto the blade. Really good for that. This choil at the beginning is really good for the index finger. It gets held in there nice and firmly. You can also see that they did more chamfering on the edges of this G10 than they have been doing in the past. Very, very comfortable in the hand. And you could use this thing for a very long time before it gets tiring, before your hand gets, tired of holding it. They've done a new thing on their branding here. You see on the blade right there, it says Firebird. And that's supposed to sort of look like a bird and flames. Nice Firebird logo. And I've heard that they're going to be doing that. And I've seen on their website, ganzoknife.com, that a lot of their knives, their newest knives, have this kind of branding on them. Ganzo's coming out with a lot of new knives right now at the close of 2016, so keep your eyes open. I know of 4 different models other than the 753 that have just come out. All the way from the G749 and up are totally new models. All right, so have you got any questions? Have you got any concerns? Have you got any ideas that you want to share with me about these knives? But there you go, the Ganzo G753. If you like this video, please click on like, share it with your friends, click on share in the lower left-hand corner here, or you can click down in the middle at show more, and there'll be a link for Ganzo there, so you can go to their website and check out their products. I just really, really like the Ganzo 753. If you don't have one yet, and you like low-cost, high-value knives, I give this one a definite recommend, a definite buy in my books. Thanks for watching. Remember, always cut towards your chum and not your thumb. Bye now.